Hello everyone, I am back live and we're gonna wait for just a few minutes for some people to get on here. Today I'm gonna be showing you Chicken Poblano. That's a recipe, a very healthy recipe. All right, just getting me up on my computer here. Waiting for a few people to get on. All right, there we go. All right, guys. So as you guys know, I do Optavia, and Optavia is just a healthy way of eating, and it's teaching you healthy habits for life. And so we cook a healthy recipe a day, and it's proteins and vegetables, and so we have a bunch of recipes that we do. So today I'm going to show you the chicken stuffed poblano. So went and got poblanos, got a bunch of poblanos here. It calls for 2 that equal 5.2 ounces, but when I measured these or I weighed them yesterday when I got home, they're like 5.1, 5.2, 5.3. So I'm just going to do 1 poblano, that's 5.2 ounces. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take, and you're just going to make sure you guys can see me, and you can, you're going to take a slim thin slice off the top. All right, and then we are going to take, and we're just going to take out the core here and get the seeds out. I should probably do this with a knife, but I put my knife away for some reason, my little knife. All right, so what I've done is I've just taken the inside out of the poblano, okay? And poblanos aren't hot, they're not a hot pepper. And what's really funny is I tell all my clients that if there's something that you don't like on Optavia, hi Libby, hi Joe. If there's something that you don't like on Optavia, I always tell them, try the fueling again in a couple weeks, because your taste buds are gonna change. So I am living proof of that, because I don't like green peppers. I don't like peppers. I love jalapenos, but I started craving peppers. So when I do the quiche and stuff, I always put a little bit of green pepper in it. So all I've done is I've just taken the core out, just a very thin slice that I've taken off the top, and then I've just slit down the side, okay? So I'm gonna just put that on the side right now, all right? Get a bowl out, okay? And I will post the recipe later. So what you're gonna do is I preheated my oven to 400 already, all right? So I've already measured everything out. This is just rotisserie chicken, so it's something super quick for you guys, because I have a lot of people go, oh, I feel like the lean ingredients, I can't think, you know, especially if you're not, you know, cook very often, it's hard to think of something. So what I do is I go to Sam's and I get a rotisserie chicken, and I take the breast and I just chop it up, and so shred it and put it in a bag in the freezer, and then I take them out and put them in the fridge as needed, so that we always have fresh chicken in the refrigerator. So right now I'm just taking those, I've measured out 4 ounces of chicken breast, and I'm just taking it and I'm just shredding it up a little bit more. Okay, so there's my chicken breast right there. Then we're gonna take, and I've already sauteed up some mushrooms, and you're gonna take, and I measured out already 1.65 ounces of mushrooms. So I tared my scale, put my little glass container on there to 0, and then put 1.65 ounces of cooked mushrooms, okay? So then we're gonna take rotel, and the rotel is 1.27 ounces. So I've got that all set already. I'm gonna dump that in there, and we're gonna dump everything in here but the cheese, all right? So then I have a 1/3 cup of red enchilada sauce that I'm gonna dump in this bowl. Super easy, super quick recipe. A teaspoon of low sodium, and I have the 30% less sodium taco seasoning, all right? Because you really want to limit your salts and limit your sugars and your spices. It's crazy how it can add up and you don't realize it. For blood pressure and stuff like that, you always want to try and get the least amount of sodium as possible. So 30% less sodium taco seasoning is going to go in there. And then you just want 2 tablespoons of cream cheese. I've already put it in this. I love this little handy dandy thing. You can put liquids on this side, and then you can move it down into tablespoons, teaspoons, whatever you want. And then you just push it up like this, and just whack off the cream cheese. It's really good for like peanut butter and recipes and stuff like that, but see how it works. It's a Pampered Chef thing. I've got cups, half cups, teaspoons, all kinds, different ones. Anyway, so that's just an awesome thing. Now, it calls for 2 tablespoons of the low-fat cream cheese. Now, on this way of eating, you don't want to eat low fat because no fat actually has carbs. So cheese that is no fat, cream cheese that is no fat, has higher carbs than low fat. So you want, when you do cheese, like your shredded cheeses like this, you want to do low moisture or low fat, okay? Never do non-fat, okay? So it actually calls to put the cheese on at the very end, on top after it's cooked for the last couple of minutes and then broil it. But I like to put just a tiny bit of it in this. So all I'm gonna do right now is I've taken my 1/3 cup of red enchilada sauce. I've taken 4 ounces of cooked chicken breast. I have taken 1 ounce, well, this is the 1 ounce of cheese. I've taken just a touch of it and put it in there. And then 1.27 ounces of Rotel tomatoes and 1.65 ounces of mushrooms. And let's say you don't like mushrooms, you can always, put more tomatoes in, just as long as it's all balanced for your lean and your green measurements and your weights, all right? So we're just gonna mixing up that cream cheese really good. And then I've got 2 tablespoons of low-fat cream cheese in here and 1 teaspoon of low-fat taco seasoning. All right, so that's all pretty good and mixed. So now what I'm gonna do is you remember I slit this poblano and took the top off. What I'm going to do is I'm actually gonna grab a glove here. I made one of these earlier so you could see it because it takes about 20-25 minutes to cook on 400. Hey, Carrie. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm just scraping that all and I'm going to start stuffing it into this poblano. So you just want to be careful that you don't split it all the way open. So I'm just going to take and put it in there and I'm going to shove it down into the bottom really good and just get it all filled in there. It can get a little messy, but these are super, super good. All right, so I'm just gonna put all that mixture in there. And like I said, the recipe calls for 2 poblanos that equal 5.2 ounces. And these poblanos are pretty big and they actually equaled 5.2 ounces pretty much on the dot. I got like 6 of them. And this is all 1 serving for the lean and green. So for those of you on Optavia, you get a whole one of these. All right, so that's everything in there. So then what I did was on my other one, I just kind of put that little piece that I sliced off the top and took the seeds out, and I just kind of stuck it there. So it kind of might help a little bit of it not to come out the ends. All right, so that is done. We are gonna cook that for about 25-30 minutes on 400, and I just do it in my toaster oven so I don't have to heat up the whole house. This is 1 whole serving. You can make several of them. If you're doing it and part of your family isn't, then you can make for them too. And they get to eat as much as they want, but this is a pretty big serving. Anyway, so that's gonna go in the oven. And here's one that I've already made today. And I've already put the cheese on and baked it. So that is done. So that is a quick lean and green. Like I said, I'll go ahead and put the recipe in the comments as soon as I put this live video on Facebook. And then I'm also gonna throw it on my YouTube channel. If you guys haven't subscribed to my YouTube, it'll be on my Facebook, the link to it. I would love it if you guys went in there and subscribed. It is fairly new. I will get better at this. Like I said, as soon as I learn, I will go ahead and record them and then, stop and start so they're not so long. This one is kind of a simple thing. It wasn't that long of a video. But anyways, appreciate you guys watching. I'm gonna throw this in the oven, put my cheese on at the end, and like I said, I've already got my done one. I was supposed to eat at 1:30 today, so I'm gonna go ahead and start eating. This is actually my lean and green. I like my lean and green at 1:30. It just kind of holds me for the rest of the day, and then I do my other 5 fuelings the other times of the day. My husband eats at 5:30. Everyone's different. And if you think this is too much to eat in one sitting, you can split it and you can eat half at lunch Like I explained, how you have 5 fuelings, you can do a half of that at lunch with a fueling and then a half for dinner without a fueling, so that you're eating your 6 times. And it's not too much at one sitting, because some people say, oh my gosh, it's a lot of food, I can't eat my lean and green all at once. So anyways, appreciate you guys. If you need any information about Optavia, I am a certified health coach. I would love to coach you to get healthy in 2021. All right, guys, thank you so much.